Hi, I'm Rapoport. Welcome to this episode of RoadflyTV. The 2013 Acura RDX is all new this year, in a substantial departure from its predecessor, which was, by all accounts, a quirky car. Acura have totally mainstreamed their smallest SUV with dramatic overhauls to basically every major driving component: engine, transmission, steering, and all-wheel drive system. Before I get to all that, let's take a look inside. The interior is a major selling point to this car, and with good reason. The RDX is bigger in every dimension than the car it replaces. A larger footprint means more interior room, and this car feels a size class up from the old one. In no way is this more apparent than one look into the cargo hold. Part of the RDX's new identity is a power tailgate for the first time, and like other modern Hondas and Acuras, it has a pair of quick, easy handles to collapse the rear seats. In the old car, you had to go in through the rear passenger's door, fold the cushion forward, and then collapse the backrest. It was a pretty cumbersome process and not easily reversible. This car makes it a lot easier, and you can do it while you're loading items in, which is super convenient. So they've definitely improved that function, and it feels bigger even though technically there's just one more cubic foot of cargo space. I'd be remiss to skip over cubby holes, and in here they're really pretty good. I especially like this one down here with an input for your iPod and a phone. It'll hold both, and it has a nifty sliding cover to keep it nice and tucked away. I just drove an Accord that didn't have a way to hide the iPod without unplugging it. Totally drove me nuts, so this is really a welcome change. One thing I don't like that much is the armrest. Now, it's not that it's bad, but the old RDX had an armrest that could literally swallow like 3 laptops or an entire work bag, and I'm not even exaggerating. It had a false floor and was lockable and was probably the best armrest I've ever tested. So, like I said, it's not that this is bad, it's just not what the old car had. So our test car is pretty much the top of the shelf. It's an all-wheel drive model with the tech package. The tech package is a pretty pricey option at almost $4 grand, but I think it's worth it. Acura, along with BMW, is pretty much at the top of the heap in terms of OEM nav and infotainment systems, and this package comes with a lot of other stuff to justify the hefty price tag. That includes real-time traffic and weather, the notoriously awesome ELS sound system, GPS-linked temperature control, HIDs, and the power tailgate. If we can view the armrest issue as a bit of a microcosm for the entire car, then the picture will become a bit more clear. The previous RDX was quirky and had lots of distinctive characteristics, and there was really nothing else like it on the market. It was targeted at Jason, a sort of mythical marketing figure inside of Acura. He was 30 years old, an architect, and valued performance and utility, and was also willing to spend almost $40,000 on a performance-minded turbo 4-cylinder SUV. The RDX is now more aimed at couples, and it's just gone totally soft. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's certainly further to the Lexus RX 350 edge of the spectrum, whereas the old RDX was like this weird mashup of the Mitsubishi Evolution and a Honda CR-V. I loved it, but its unique personality was not without its shortcomings. Its astounding handling was endowed by Acura's SH all-wheel drive system, which is really trick but also really heavy, and sapped the car's fuel economy. So there's a new all-wheel drive system to save weight, and fuel economy is way up, from an EPA rated 17 in the city to 19, and from an EPA rated 22 on the highway to 27. Now, this is the RDX's have your cake and eat it too moment, because in addition to the better fuel economy, there's a bigger engine with more power. Instead of a turbo 4, it's now a 3.5-liter V6, making 273 horsepower. That's 33 more than the old motor. It's also faster. The old car was a high 6-second car to 60 and low 15s in the quarter mile, and this car is a few tenths quicker in the 0 to 60 sprint and almost a half-second quicker in the quarter mile. The RDX is now much better positioned to take on its intended competition. It's a slightly smaller and much livelier car than the Lexus RX 350 and makes a compelling value proposition when compared with the trio of German cute utes, the Audi Q5, BMW X3, and Mercedes-Benz GLK 350, all of which will be about $10,000 to $15,000 more expensive when equipped similarly to our test RDX. All of the changes will help the Acura appeal to a much broader base of customers, but I'll no longer be one of them. I understand this identity switch and why it had to happen, but I'd like to take this opportunity to implore Acura or Honda to channel the spirit of the original RDX into something else. Jason is still out there and he's waiting for you to stop softening up everything you sell and just give us something that has that original Honda intensity that we all remember so fondly. I'm Ross Rapoport. Thanks for watching this episode of RoadflyTV. I'd love to hear what you think about this car, so please comment on our video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and find me on Facebook. I'd love to hear from you. Wow. Okay, you ready?